It's Halloween, go outside if you dare.
Hi everyone, this is me going to be doing this. I have finished off the owl. This is my finishing video for Halloween, Octoberween, and this is day 31. So I put some in this. The brain needs to be finished off. It's really soft still. This is kind of soft-ish, but unmolded. Oh, nope, can't unmold that portion. Okay, so now I have a permanent fingerprint in there. Yay! Anyway, we'll let that finish cooling and cooking and all that. But I have a request from one of my subscribers. Hello, Grace. How are you? You wanted me to give some definition to the handles, the spider, and the webs. So that's what I'm going to do at this point. Let me go ahead, put you on pause, grab some things, and we will get to that. All right, so this lid here needs a little help. This is a ghost, and it needs its eyes put in. Let's see if I can get that done at least. There's one eye. And there's two. Also, the skull needs his eyes put in, and he's a lot harder for me to see. So we're going to give that a definite little try. Well, crud. Wipe that off as quick as I can. Geez, was that even his eye? Yeah, okay. It's an odd skull, I'm going to say that. It needs a little bit more on this side. I can see that part. All right, so now the ghost, which it looks like I have done my normal. I'm going to go ahead and set that down. I'll grab a little bit of alcohol and see if we can get that off of there. Can't find my little pour bottle with it. So we're going to go ahead and spray some of this in there. And we're going to try to remove my boo-boo. Of course, I'm removing the whole eye portion, but you know, we'll just have to redo it. Yes, that eye is that big. Okay. Well, then maybe I'm missing part of this eye. I am. Whoa. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, come on. Yes. Let's hurry up and get that before it sets. All right. Ghost and skull completed. Now, is there anything that needs definition? Excuse the throat. It's really bad this morning. It's 5 a.m. And this is a bone. So, I don't know. I think that one is fine just the way it is. So we'll leave those alone. And now I'm going to take the same Q-tip and move the alcohol out of the way. I have this wonderful, beautiful paint I've had forever. It's made by a brand called Milo Art Supplies. This one is copper. It came as a metallic set of 6. I have not been able to find it again. So, I've already shaken it. Oh, it really hasn't been opened for a while, has it? And yes, I am trying a new angle. Oh, come on. I know I was low, but... Okay, fine. We'll do it the other way. We will open the lid. As you can see, when paint sits forever, it becomes kind of cured in the bottle. And I do see liquid at the bottom, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of water to this. I don't like doing that at this point because I don't want this watered down too greatly, so I'm going to try to judge just a little bit. We're going to close this back up. Oh, before I do that though, let's pull out the skin that was formed in the lid. I like using skins. In fact, I have a few that I could have used for Halloween, but okay, let's see if we got anywhere this way. We did. I don't need much out, so I'm just going to take from here. Isn't that a beautiful color? I'm going to shove that back down in there because what I have on the Q-tip should cover everything. Let's tap that back down in the bottle. Close that up. Now I don't want to put a whole lot on here, so what I'm going to do is put it on my mat like that, so I don't have a whole bunch. And well, let's go with the web first, I guess. And we're just going to lightly rub that on there. Oh, that may not show up. There it goes, a little bit better. I just don't want to get it down in between there because then I'll have to wipe it off. Oh, crud. You know, like that. At least acrylic paint like this is easier to clean off. Let's get it off my finger. Maybe I'll go over it with white as well, because I don't know if you can see that copper color, but it's very difficult for me to see it, and I'm trying to put it on this thing. Yeah, that's really difficult to do. I'm going to get a different Q-tip. I need to pull some more out is what I need to do. And then we're going to just use the tip portion of this. But this is finishing touches day. And I've left the black open. Yeah, it's smart. It's getting close to the time my dog wants to be let out. I can hear him starting to pace. Baylor is such a good dog, he will tell you every time he needs to go. And he doesn't do it just for the bathroom. He will tell you it's time for him to go check the yard to make sure the house is safe. I do worry about that sometimes because we've been known to have a mountain lion come through and other fun critters. A couple coyotes, wolf or two. And then, of course, there's deer. We have owls. And I keep trying to tell everybody in town, please stop letting your animals out without supervision. Because the owls can't tell the difference between your cat and chihuahua and a rabbit. So, or a rat or a mouse. And over the years that I've lived here, been here almost 29 years now, I have watched a lot of people post missing pets. And usually it's, from people that's moved in from other places that's not used to country type life, rural living, and don't know that you're supposed to keep your animals in check, keep them either fully in a full enclosure outside, like wire kennels are good because it allows your pet to look out, but you also need to put like a cover over it. Well, crud, here we go again. Because if your pet is small, like a chihuahua, yes, birds don't know the difference. That one just doesn't seem bright enough. Or this one. All right, there's copper for that web. And I think I'm going to do the handles in gold and probably the spider in gold. I don't know why, but we'll get this wiped up off my mat. Yes, I'm a true crafter. I get messy and I don't care. Okay, so what I do need to do though, so I don't transfer, is I need to put some water down and wipe the tips of my fingers off. So let's get the gold done real fast. I'll put you on pause and I'll finish up the cauldron and I'll be back. Okay, so we saw that web. We have a golden spider. We have a, oops, I didn't get that spot cleaned out. Let's see if we can do that right now. Maybe just a little. There we go. Good enough. The golden handle. And you probably already saw the white spider web on the back. And the other golden handle. So there you are, Grace. Let's see, which one of these lids would you prefer on top? You'll have to let me know. Also, we have these little lights here. And I hate the flashy start off. They should have you choose the flash later. Something like that. And you get a little bit of glow from the inside that way. And this one shows that glow a lot better. You can even see the red eyeball there. Can almost see the blue one, but that darker one is just hard to see, period. No matter which way you look at it. Okay, so we're going to turn those lights off because that's really annoyingly bright. And these are warm lights, they're not the bright, bright lights. Okay, I've got another item I would like to finish off. And I'm going to say finish off because I don't think it's quite finished. And that is the pumpkin tray, the jack-o'-lantern tray. But that, I think, turned out absolutely beautiful, having those highlighted like that. My husband suggested I should do something with it. And he wasn't quite sure what he would like to see. So I am glad that you, Grace, said embellish it. And that put my brain to thinking. Okay, so I'm going to go grab the pumpkin tray and we're going to do something with that. Because as he said, you can barely see any of the details. I'll be right back. Okay, 1 second. Sorry about that accidental flip-flop, but I ended up hitting the wrong button and shut my phone off. That's me. Let's see if I can just get this arranged again like I kind of had it. All right, so as you can see, details are very difficult to see. So, because of that, I was kind of wondering what it would look like with black on the back. I don't think black would do this justice. So instead, what we're going to do is, I have this paint. Yes, it's around for almost 3 years for me. Crimson Red. It is by Pouring Masters, ready to pour. Acrylic paint. And as you can hear, it is still pourable. Although I'm sure it's thicker than it needs to be for a flow painting. And there we go. The lid got stuck. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use this. And let's, maybe my roller would be the best choice for this. Oh, definitely. Well, maybe. It's getting in some places and missing the others, but that's because the surface is uneven. But I need to get this coated and covered, so I'm going to wipe this off. And I'm going to look for a different brush. Let me pause you while I finish cleaning this off because I don't need it sticking on here. Oh gosh, I have made such a mess. Okay, before we go any further, we're going to turn this guy over and see, does that help? It does. Okay, so let's finish this guy up. Get some more poured on here. Of course, we don't need it on the stem. Okay, I'm going to try to make sure that this is as even as possible. Oh, no, you don't, little drip. I see you. I felt my brush go over the edge. As a matter of fact, I see it here as well. Okay. You see any more drips, everybody? Apparently there was some there. And this is why I'm a mess most of the time when I'm just painting. Sorry, I have hiccups again. They're called nervous hiccups. You know, when you're not feeling too sure about what you're doing or how well you're going to get something done. It's just being unsure. You know, if you're going to be accepted for a job or by other people, those kinds of things, that sort of weighs on people's minds, whether they think it does or not. I now know that for a fact it's true for me. It does. I've been watching my viewership drop. I've been watching comments and likes drop. I've also noticed that there are people that will comment but not like the video. But, you know, remember the like button is there only if you like something. So, you know, it's just one of those things. They may comment to try to help your channel, but if they don't like it, they don't like it. You can't force them. Oh my goodness, it's almost 6 a.m. now. And the dog is huffing and puffing. So I'm going to pause you. Allow this to dry up some, and then we'll turn it over. All right. I used the blow dryer, and I dried it as well as I could for now. It'll still have to take a long time to finish drying. And as you can tell, it is kind of translucent. You can see glitter behind. So you will be able to see those paint strokes on the other side. Ready? And go. So what do you think, folks? Did that help? I think so. I really do. So yes, my husband was right. It needed a background. The big test is going to be, is it going to glow? And I have just a normal light on it for right now. I can't sit it down to allow the UV light to activate it. And so I also noticed down here, it looks like he drooled. But, couldn't have been helped, I guess. And I really could have done all of this after all of this was cured. I could have filled it in. But I didn't want to have to do that. I don't know why. It would have probably been simpler. And all I need to do is trim this stem here because it's a little sharp still. All right, I'm going to grab up a few other things that need to be finished up, and I'll be back. All right, so I took time off for a quick Pepsi break to wake up with, and this is ready to unmold. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get it out of here. And then I'll do some embellishments as I need to do after I do some cleanup, because I see there's some overpour here that needs to be peeled off of there. Yes, I'm anxious to see this one. Okay, got that. So let's see what we have. Get that little piece. It's got to be coming out now. Oh, this is so easy to unmold. I'm saying that without it being finished, right? This is going to be a very interesting owl. And he's rolled out. All right, that mold's got to get into a bag and put away for next year. So let's take a look. Okay, here's the back. You notice I did drip some of the colors down along the side. He's got a really colorful head. He's got brown, purple, black, sparklies, more brown, some green. And then the thought, well, I have to finish it. So in order to finish it, I am checking for bubbles as we go. Oh yeah, there's a few areas. Because of course, having to do things quick. So he's got a more solid piece right here, because that was the first piece that was poured. And then this layer, and each consecutive layer there. So you notice he looks black from behind here. Oh, I like him. That is awesome. But there is a black lily behind his face. That's why it appears black. And it's got a yellow stamen. I don't know if you can see that. But his feet are clear. And he does have a little bit of sparkle because I did add some of the unicorn art crushed crystal. And wow, he's cool. So that's what he looks like. I like him a lot. I don't think he needs any more embellishment. Maybe on the feathers, just a little kind of, maybe gold highlights or something. We'll try that. I'll put you on pause. I'll get that done. We'll come back. Okay, so we did some embellishing. And so now he's got gold feathers that you can still see through. And then, I can't help myself when it comes to eyes and a skull. And so there they are. Although I think I got a purple and a red one. I did. Oh my God. Look, people, he's got a purple and a red eye. Oh, Jiminy's. Boy, can I see really well. But oh well, Skull's got his eyes. I love this purple brow. That just turned out pretty well. I loved it. So that owl is now complete. So I'm going to have somebody, the husband, put that and pop it over out of my way. And then I'm not going to embellish anything more, but I will bring you back in a minute. All right. So what I did was I decided that I needed the other cauldron to go with the other lid. And so that's what I did. So I'm going to loosen this for a second. And the little bit I had left over, I just put into a coaster. And no, I'm not worrying about any bubbles because it's a cauldron. And because my room is a little cold and my resin's quite cold, and I wasn't going to worry about trying to warm it because I'm trying to get things finished up today. Ugh. And yes, today is the 30th, not the 31st, but this is going to be for Halloween. Wow, my goodness. All right, let's let my fingers rest for a second from that. Let's just quickly unmold this one. It's going to be slightly flexible because this coaster, well, I didn't pour it all the way deep. And so it's just going to be kind of flexible till it cures up completely. Yes, as you can see, it is a spider web. So it's got sparklies. Oh, I think that turned out pretty darn good. Okay. One second while I prepare my fingers for this the rest of the way. Oh, gosh. Now, see, my husband took today off to give me a helping hand. Yeah, where's he at? He's in the living room on his computer and his phone. And I'm trying to give him some time off a little bit from everything too, because he's been doing a lot of work lately and his muscles are pretty sore, he says. And he does a lot of sheetrock delivery, and that we're talking like hundreds of sheets of sheetrock for people that are building homes around here. And so yeah, he's a little sore these days. Ooh. So I am trying to give him some time off for me as well. Ooh, slickery. Slickery doo dah. Oh my gosh, there we go. Okay, now that mold is ready to go with its sister mold, and we put away till next year. Unless I have a, a little thing that says, I need another one. Okay, so this one here is special. Features is ooze from off the side of the cauldron. And yes, it's got sparkle. Ooh, that's a little pretty sparkle. So the ooze itself has to, there's not a lot of sparkle here, but the ooze needs to be colored in. And I could not figure out how to try to add the sparkle or the color to the ooze. I know what I'm talking about, I do. Until after it was done. Okay, there we go. We got that green. Let's see how well this covers. That's a nice green, and it's covering pretty well. The sunlight decided to come and peek out today. And for me, that hurts my eyes a little bit because it's so bright. Definitely a lot of bubbles here. But I think that's going to turn out just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on pause. I'll finish painting this on and bring you back. Okay, everyone. There is the completed cauldrons and their lids. I'm not really sure if the lids go with with each, they came as sets. So I'm not sure if I have the correct lid on the correct cauldron. And then this is the extra, the coaster, and I made it into a fire. And I had this idea in my head at the same time my husband did. And he got it out of his mouth before I could say something about it. And so it doesn't really work with this cauldron. but I'm so pleased with the way this one came out. That ooze color is great, and it fits this cauldron perfectly with this coaster. And that brings us to the conclusion of Octoberween 2025. Thanks everybody for your support. Peace out and happy Halloween.